welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Itwa. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today we are going to be discussing something quite important. Should you post your children on social media? Now, I came about this topic because I saw something on Twitter, I think it was earlier in the week, where somebody posted her daughter and somebody responded by showing off a separate folder he has on his phone of that child's pictures. Now, this child is not related to him. The parents are not related to him in any way. According to him, he's a fan of the baby, and this girl in question should not be about, let me say, 3 or 4 years old, and he has a dedicated folder of this girl's pictures on his phone. Now, this begs the question, who is to blame? The person who downloaded these pictures and created a special folder for a child that he's not related to in any way, or the mom in this case specifically, because she's the one who owns the account. But I think I'm just been talking on a broader view, so let me just say the parents. Is it the parent? And also how can we protect our children from, I don't want to use the word predator, but I mean, when I saw that post, I was shocked. I was like, no, this is not right, and I'm going to stand my ground on this. This is not right. So let's start from the first question. Who is to be blamed? Now, I'm sure that we can all agree that saving a child's picture that you do not know, apart from saving a child's picture, like having a separate folder of a child that you don't know on your phone, and then being bold enough to post it and thanking the mom for providing you these pictures, is not normal. It's not right. It's not right in any way. I am sure that we can all agree about that. And now let's go to the parents. Your child is your pride, your child is your joy, you know, and then we all take pleasure in showing off sometimes. You know, you want people to see how happy you are, you want people to see your child, you want people to see the way they are growing, you want to see their beauty, you want people to see how intelligent they are, you want people to see how they are growing up and things like that. I can understand it, you know, but where do we draw the line? Is there a limit, or is there a balance that we can have when it comes to posting your child online or not posting your child online? Do you post only your child, or do you post a group photo? You know, is there a limit, or is there a balance to this thing? Personally, I post my daughter. I don't post her all the time. My social media account is just for me and me alone. I do my things on there. Let's be honest, I spend all my day with her, so it can be very difficult for me to get a picture or a video and she's not there. That means somebody's actually holding her somewhere, or she's asleep. And the more they get older, you know, the more interested they are in the things that you do. So how do we cut that line? Like, how do we manage that line? I know that it is not easy. I know that it is not easy, you know. So as a parent, I don't think there's anything wrong in posting your child online, you know, a little moment here, a little moment there. But I kind of feel a certain way also that somebody has enough material to create a folder, and I'm not talking two pictures, I'm talking 10, I'm talking 15, I'm talking 20. And the funny thing is that this was not the only person who has access to all these photos, and it just it's scary. It's really scary. I remember seeing a post on Instagram about a woman who said why she stopped posting her children on the internet is because she went to the grocery store, and then somebody came up to her son and was talking to the son like they were familiar, you know, and the son was just looking at the woman, because the son doesn't know this woman, hasn't met her before, but this is somebody who follows her on Instagram, knows the son's name, probably knows the child's best friend, knows the child's favorite food, knows where the child goes to school and things like that. Like, how safe is the internet? How safe are the things that we actually post on the internet? You know, you're only responsible for what you put out there. You're not responsible for how it is interpreted or how far it can go. We've seen several cases of people who meant well, and then what they post on the internet just gets confused, and it just turns into a whole opera, you know, of it doesn't even align with why they posted it in the first place. And our children are our pride, they are our joy, and it is our duty as parents to protect them. There's also the issue of consent. When it comes to consent, especially when it comes to, you shouldn't post your child on social media. Your child should not have a social media account unless they can give consent to all those things. When we start talking about consent as it pertains to children, I feel that that's a whole nother conversation for another day, because if you are asking for their consent in this, should you also ask their consent for other things? I believe that we can limit and manage the amount of social media footprints, the amount of social media presence that our children get, and we can manage it. Actually, I know there are people who even create like social media accounts for their kids with the hope that by the time their children are old enough, they already have like a huge social media following. We've seen children who are actors, children who, I don't like the word influencers for children, but we've seen children who get who earn money, who get paid to promote certain things on the internet, which is not bad. But for a small child to have that much social media presence, it is quite scary. And I would also want to talk to the other side and say that, should you now say, okay, because somebody, because there are some bad people on the internet, should that stop you from sharing the things you want to share? The truth is that no. As much as we try our best as parents to protect our children, as adults to protect the little ones that we have, there are still going to be bad people. In fact, there are bad people that are not on the internet. There are bad people everywhere, but there should be a limit, there should be a balance. And I just pray for the wisdom of God to be able to handle some of these things, because they are really, really outrageous. Now let's talk about the other part, that is the person who is saving these pictures of a child that you don't know. And some people in the comments were like, what if he's a fan? How can you be a fan of a 5-year-old? How can you be a fan of a 2-year-old child? Why are you saving pictures of somebody that you don't know? The person is not your relative, not your niece, not your nephew, not your son, not your godchild, you don't have any relationship with this person. You don't have any personal relationship with this person, and yet you have a dedicated folder. In my own opinion, I think that is very, very weird. Please don't do that. Like, don't do it. And there were some people that were arguing on the fact that what if it's a celebrity's child? Are we also going to say the same thing? The truth is that, celebrity or no celebrity, you do not have any rights to download. It's not even the download, it's the fact that you created a special folder to. So what do you do with the pictures? Like, do you just forget them in your phone, or do you bring them out sometimes and you just like look at them and be like, oh, this baby is so beautiful? Like, what? There's no how you want to look at this situation that doesn't make it weird. It's super weird. I'm grateful for the fact that I grew up in the time when there was no social media, and some of our some of the things we did, like, you don't have receipts of the time when you were 2 years old. You don't have digital receipts of the time when you were 2 years old. You don't have digital receipts of the time when you were silly at 7-year-old. I'm grateful for that. And we are in 2025. It's quite difficult to live your life without having any social media presence at all. In fact, I give it up to people who are able to keep their children out of social media, because there are a lot of people, some I even personally know, that you do not get to see their children on social media. It is very difficult, and the fact that they've been able to do it, please, if you're one of those parents, please let me know. Let me just share your tips in the comment section, okay? As I was saying, we are lucky that we're not born during the time when everything is put on social media, and then we have that kind of privacy to ourselves. And a lot of children now do not grow up with the kind of privacy that we had while we were growing up. And looking at even a bigger picture, there's been cases where I've seen some very weird things on the internet that some parents post, and I'm like, this should not even be on the internet. Something should just be within you and your family, like just within your circle. Aunties, uncles are the only ones who should have access to this kind of information about your child. Like, I feel that sometimes we just do these things on the spur of the moment. Oh, my child is doing this, let me quickly get my phone, or let me just quickly film it and put it on the internet there. We don't take time to like think about it, and be like, okay, when my child gets older, is this the kind of image that she would want to be portrayed to the public? Is this the kind of image that he would want to be portrayed to the public if I was the one in my child's shoes? Or would I have wanted my parents to post this kind of picture of me, or to tell my business, this type of business, you know, to the internet, you know? And there are also cases of people who will post their children's school, post their children's uniforms, post like it's like we are not even security conscious at all. God is our guide, God is our protector, but we still need to do our own part in making sure that we are not careless, especially when it comes to our children. Now, this brings me to my last point. How can we protect our children? Like I said earlier, I believe that there can be a balance. Take your time before you post your child's picture. Take your time and put yourself in your baby's shoes. Like, is this the kind of image you want to portray? Not everything needs to be on social media. I've even seen videos of people who post suggestive pictures and videos of their children, and I'm like, you are the adult here, and it's so clear that these children did not do these things out of their own, you know, out of their own volition or out of their own thought. You were the one who told them to sit like this. You were the one who told them to set up like this. You were the one who told them to say this kind of things. I mean, we really need to do better. We really need to do better. I believe that there can be a balance. If you are posting a picture of your child or your children, you know, be very vigilant. Put yourself in their shoes. Is this the kind of image you want to be portrayed about yourself? And not everything needs to be on social media. Like, you can post your child, oh yes, but let there be a balance. Like, let there be a balance. Like this topic, it just touched me in a way that I knew I had to come on here and do this video, you know. And that's all I have to say right now, guys. Don't forget, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And like I said earlier, if you are a parent and you have been able to successfully make sure that your child is not, or your child does not have any social media presence at all, please share tips so that we can know how to go about it for those who also want to toe the same line. And let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.